Hey, I'm back, everybody. I put that up. Okay, let me drop the link. Hey, Kathy B. Hi, Cherish. Okay, I dropped the link. This case is the story is very sad. It's not a case yet, but it's going to become a case. It's going to become a case real quick, and I would give it less, probably in 24 hours.
That's what I'm praying for.
Yep, but I'm going to say this story. The little girl's name is Zahira. I don't know her last name though. Maybe she got her mother's last name, Robertson. I'm not sure. But her mother's name is is it Zaya? Zaya? Right?
Is her name is Zhariyah.
Zariah.
Her mother's name is Zhariyah.
Ziasia. Okay. Zariah, 5 years old, was living with her mother. But her mother decided it was best to give her 5 years old daughter to the godmother because the godmother needed extra income. That's what was said. Now,
Yeah,
there's two different stories to this because that's one half of the story, but then the mother says, "No, I was moving." Then she
yeah.
said she was moving.
She says she was trying to find a place at the time, is what the mom is saying now. Is that she was, in transition and trying to find a new home. Yet it just not making a lot of sense. She has five other kids, but then you understand the mother's age, and then it does a bit more 25.
She's
25 for
25.
five babies.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the godmother says, "Well, hey, I'll take my god baby, why not give her to me? And I can have extra income at the same time because, she must be struggling too." So I'm thinking in my mind, it must be DSS, you know, allegedly. That's what Brooklyn Squad. That's what we're saying. Allegedly, that's what I'm saying. Not them, not the family. I was thinking, DSS because the part where if you get uh more people in your home, you get more cash, more food stamps, shit like that.
Bigger rooms. If you have
Right,
assistance as far as Section 8 or, other types of government housing, they'll give you extra rooms to accommodate the people, the children based on their sex and their age.
right. You get more public assistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so she gave her daughter, but then lost contact. The godmother took the baby and moved. They moved somewhere. I don't know where they moved to, but they moved. And let's also say that the godmother has a child.
It's not the godmother's child. It was another
Oh,
it was another person's child who knows the godmother, who was around the child.
oh,
And that's why the baby was left alone with this person because they were older. They thought, hey, they could watch them because they have kids and they were probably trying to take a break. Hmm.
got you.
I did find that out.
Okay, so it wasn't the godmother's son. It was another person's son.
Yep.
So, in the process of the mother trying to find out where is my child, because she didn't know where her daughter was. She says allegedly she didn't know where her daughter was. They packed up and moved. And today was the daughter's birthday.
Yesterday. Or no,
Yes.
not yesterday. It was Monday, if I'm not mistaken. It was Monday. And she
Um,
posted on Facebook because she posted all this stuff. And, I don't know if you're going to pull up the screenshots or
yeah,
not
oh
because,
yeah, we put up everything. Matter of fact, you finish the story. I'm gonna start pulling up stuff.
okay. Okay, so I'm going to click over to my other screen
Okay, mama.
and you get those screenshots ready so we can let Kathy know what happened, honey.
Yes. And all the
If you
foxes be
haven't
barking
already,
too.
subscribe, and share the video. Let's get the numbers up here.
He's so sweet.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, but we need people to be here every day so they know what's happening out here in this world, honey. It's
Yeah,
vital.
sure is.
Okay, so this took place.
Oh, I might as well
So
put it.
she gave her the child in and around October, like the end of October, early November. And she didn't necessarily need to give the godmother any type of custody, but for the simple fact that she wanted her daughter to be in school, she went ahead and signed a piece of paper that the godmother gave to her, also clarifying that she didn't check any boxes. So she now doesn't understand how the friend was able to get full custody of the baby. Um, but did admit to signing a document stating that it was only meant for the child to be able to attend school and it was temporary guardianship that she signed off for. Um, about a week and a half went by and she attempted to call her daughter's phone, right? Because she sent her daughter there with her own phone. So she was trying to call her baby and she's like, she's not answering. What's going on? And at first, she was just kind of telling her, well, the situation is that we're busy. We'll call you in a bit. And then she ended up getting back on a call stating that, not on a call, but through text message on Messenger, she stated to the mother that the child's phone had broken, the charger port had broken, and that she was going to get and purchase another charger once they charged the phone, that she would have her call her then. Then you take it, that was about the 19th of November. Now, a month later, the mother is reaching out to her again and stating, hey, you never called. I need to know what's going on. I haven't talked or spoken with her. What's happening. And she just continuously made excuses and didn't follow up. And this is the issue that I have with the mom. Instead of being alarmed when those things were happening, instead of actually going there and saying something. And at some point, she did try to go to the address provided. And that's when she found out it was a fake address that the girl had given her and also a fake
Mm.
number. They were contacting and calling her through a text now.
Yeah.
So, I don't understand why she didn't contact police then. See, there it is. So, November 16th, on Tuesday, can we get her? Can we get Raya? And then you go a whole month until December 12th, where she's like, can we get Raya on the 23rd? We'll bring her back on the 24th at night. And she's like, at that point, we're not in Wisconsin right now. And she's like, okay, well, when are you guys coming back? And then she let several days go by. The 19th came and she still said, I still haven't seen why you haven't been answering the phone. She's like, the charger port broke. We had to order a new phone. Should be here still soon. Still at work. Just
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Hold on. Go ahead.
grudge.
Wait. Damn. I swear to God. Every time I touch a little
It goes
touch a
okay. It
little
won't
thing
go to
like this
charge. Not a grudge.
with the laptop, and it's so
Yeah.
sensitive.
So then it
Yeah.
follows, another day goes by and she's still not responsive. And she's like, what is she doing? Have her call me when she's free. She hasn't let this woman speak to her child since before November 18th. And now we're getting to almost Christmas and the mom has not spoken with the child. And she continuously calls, I'm sure, through December, January, February, and then you get to March 15th, and the
Mm-hmm.
child's father went missing March 14th, is when he was reported missing. And then the
Mm.
15th is when the mom is reaching out again because the child's birthday is around this time on the 15th, and no response from this woman. And then she finds out that Raya had passed in November. On the 16th of November, the baby was gone. Now, if you go back to the other screenshot,
Okay. This one, where it says,
the one
and now
prior,
being, okay. Wait,
the
hold on.
baby passed away. The other one, the first one that we looked at, love.
Oh, the first one?
Uh
Okay.
huh.
This is her,
So,
this is her, her thing.
yeah, her mom, this is her mom's page. So, look at that. The first time that the mom contacts her on Tuesday, can we get Raya? This is November 18th. Raya was already deceased on November 16th. So this lady had a conversation with her saying that she was going to call. She made up a lie talking about getting a new phone and all this stuff. The baby was already deceased on the 16th of November. This conversation started November 18th.
A few days later. Wow.
Yep. The baby was already gone. And it took her up until March to even talk about it with the mom.
And some of the stuff that I was reading, there's accusations that this lady had been touching the little girl inappropriately.
Well, there were some accusations and that's all alleged, but if Brooklyn Squad would go to the documents that show what really happened to Raya by the hands of the 16-year-old boy that John Quishia had her around,
Okay, hold
we
on.
can see the actual, pull it up in the messenger. I sent you the actual paper. Or you know what? Go back on her page. She has it too, but the little boy's name is scratched out. Go to the messenger.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go to
if
the
you go to
messenger.
Messenger, yeah, go to your other one,
Oh, my business one.
your
Yeah.
business one. Go to your business one, and
All
then
right.
pull it up in Messenger because I have the report of the court date for the boy who actually touched the child and was incarcerated for it. He's out on
Mm,
bond now. They let him go on a
I did see
signature
something like
bond,
that.
so his mom
Yeah.
signed off on it.
Yeah, I did see something like that. Yep. Mm-mm-mm. Wait, this before. Let me see. Missing. Reason he's getting her. Oh. Oh, damn. I missed that. I missed these.
Oh, it's not letting you click on there.
Hold on. Report this one? No. Okay, go back.
It's the one that's not scratched out. I mean, because I don't got no problem showing nobody rapist name. I don't care how old you are.
Reason for him getting he was from me find a place. No, not that one. Okay, let's go back. This is the little girl. She's so adorable. Cause somebody pulled up a picture of him and everything. Oh, signature right here. Okay. But this is scratched out though.
I just resent you the other one. It should have
You
popped
did?
up.
Okay.
Yeah, I just resent it from the messages so
Okay,
you
so let
could
me go back. Yeah.
pull that up. You see it?
Hold on. Because if you read up, there we go. Got it. Alrighty. Here we go. Bond. His name is Michael William. Proper tie required no short.
Signature bond. Yep. For Michael William.
I wouldn't even get. Well, they got. I guess they got to give him bond, right?
No, he's a child. He doesn't. He shouldn't have gotten bond. It didn't make sense. He was allowed for the parent to sign him out with these types of charges, which is absolutely insane.
And it happens all the time. It's
Yeah,
stupid, and I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. When someone commits a crime against a child, there should be no bond. Period. That's
It
the end of the
shouldn't
story.
be. Mm-mm.
absolutely. And I agree because there's no way he should have been out. Now, that screenshot, it does show that he went to court on the 23rd, just this past month. And the mother is saying that she's going to be at the other court date. So he's, free to walk around. It's not
Wow.
entirely clear which what caused the baby's death other than her spleen being ruptured. Um, Actually, my husband almost passed away from internal bleeding from his spleen being ruptured. And he was in so much pain. We had to fight for life him to the hospital. It was serious, and he was in a lot of pain, and he was bleeding out internally fairly quickly.
Mm,
So when I'm hearing this, I'm automatically thinking about all the pain he was in. Like, he didn't have any bruises. The doctors were shocked. They were like, he's not bruised up. We don't even understand how this could have happened. They had no idea. So I'm, wondering, because usually it's trauma that would cause an injury to an organ like that, is what the surgeon told.
yeah,
And I just, he's older, but this is a baby. So what kind of trauma was done to her body in order for that type of, damage to be done to that organ? And why did they allow her to just be in agonizing pain up until she was deceased to take her to the hospital then? It was already too late. Watching a 5-year-old
Oh,
suffer,
he's live now.
absolutely insane.
He's live.
Yes. You must be talking about the other guy.
I know. If it was my child and I had tried to make contact and kept getting excuse after excuse, that would raise a
Police.
lot of red flags for me,
Thank you.
and I'd be calling
Police.
authorities.
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the problem that I have with the mother. I know, she's going through a lot, and I can't even imagine some of the stuff that's probably crossing her mind. But at the end of the day, what excuse is there? Because the first red flag is not being able to hear my child. And I'm not going to let weeks and days and months go by with me begging you, and then the second red flag was you understanding, oh, I went to this address and this is fake. This is not her real
Mm-hmm.
address. Call the police. You're still her mother. You're on her birth certificate. Even if you did temporary guardianship, that does not mean that you have no rights to your child. I've seen kids in
Exactly.
foster care whose parents reported them missing.
Oh, she's in the comments
Who's
on
that?
his show. On his show, the mother,
Mm, yeah,
because he's live.
yeah.
He's
I
still
mean, but
live.
that's another thing, people need to take responsibility as well. I'm glad that she is, being responsible enough to not try to, sweep this under the rug out of not wanting to be embarrassed. But she's got to take some responsibility in her part, because that child should have never been with that lady. It makes no sense at all. You had all your other kids. You're posting pictures of them on um, all the holidays. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, they're all dressed up, looking alike, and and you guys seem like you're having a good time. Why was it that she was allowed to be with somebody else? I don't understand it.
That's a good question.
It's ridiculous.
And
She
even
had
now, it seems like the mother. I mean, and trust me, I'm the last person to go after a family or re-victimize them, but it just seems to me that the mother's main focus isn't so much even getting justice for the little girl as it is getting her ashes back.
exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I know that seems like that's the last part that you have of her, but you failed her and you owe her a lot more. Why was that child not with you? That child has a father. Why was she not allowed to go with her father's family? And these things all make me question the real, you know, situation with that child being with that woman. You let her file her on, this is alleged. I'm just assuming. Like, did you allow this lady to file that baby on taxes and you was like, well, if you're going to file her, you could really take care of her too? Like, what was that situation? Because you're saying that you needed help, but you already had 4 of them. Why not the 5th?
Exactly. I mean, if you were so financially struggling, why not send all the kids off? But you only
Exactly.
sent the one little girl off.
Yep.
And, you know, to me, it's like, and again, I hate putting that out there like this, but it's like you didn't want the little girl and that's why you shipped her off.
Thank you. Thank you. Because what else would explain it? You literally had every other single child of the 5 other than Zhariyah. I don't
Cursing
understand it.
somebody out over in the comments. Said, bitch, you should be under the jail, bitch.
Yeah. The both of them. I want to see both of them be
Mm-hmm.
in trouble for this, honestly. And she's wanting to, I want to sue the courts and, this, that, and the third. But it's like, why would you expect the courts to do something you didn't do? The courts are not the police. They're not going to investigate. That's not their job. Their job is to have all of the details. You're saying you went here and to the courts to do this and do that, but you didn't go to the courts to give your baby to her. It's a lot, honey.
It's
I,
yeah. I'm trying to see if he's trying. I don't know if he's talking to both of them. Hold on.
the baby's father don't have no excuse either, because he would just report it missing this month. He should have had his baby too.
So I have a question. There's a mugshot of this bitch that had the kid. Was that a prior offense or is this taken after
Nope,
all
that's
this took place?
prior. That's prior. She ain't been charged yet with this. She's been to jail before. You're onto something with that Arctic Fox, and I've been seeing a lot of that going around too. That she's had priors for like child molestation, possibly, or
What?
yes, honey, or it was like child endangerment or something. But she should have never had
Let's look
that
at
child.
something. This bitch.
Yeah, she should have never had that baby at all.
Wow.
Yeah,
How
Zhariyah's
long
mother
she
also.
knew her?
I don't know. I don't know, but
Jeez.
I think it's not going to take you long to figure it out. But
Take
I
a real
think,
winner for the godmother of your child too, let me tell you.
Yeah.
yeah, but at the end of the day, you still know who people are, kind of, sort of, or, even if it's a chance that you may think, I really don't really know this person, or, anything can happen. You can't trust your
Well,
kids with nobody else but you, because you're going to protect them
Oh,
like
here
no
is
other.
the thing of it is they had to have been fairly close for her to make that woman the godmother of her child. And so she had to have known what her prior offenses were and everything before she handed that kid over. I'm telling you, there is no way in hell, if someone had offenses like that on their record, that I would ever even remotely think of handing my child over to them.
Well, that's the thing. You're going to jail for these things that, in the type of areas that they grow up in, that people don't tell people about. I'm not going to tell people that I'm a rapist or I touched a child. I'm not going to do that because in the area I live in, I can get killed for that. If my friends know that, they won't be friends with me. Like, oh, there you are, contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Okay, and that could be anything from marijuana to alcohol.
Right.
So,
They put a misdemeanor.
Mm-hmm. And
And
that
she
was
had
in
a warrant.
2019.
Yeah, she had a warrant.
Okay. And she probably knew this as well. So that's another indication of why that 16-year-old had access to that little baby. Because we know this hoe hangs out with little kids, and she contributes to the delinquency of children because she's hanging out with children because she's a child. They all are children and childish, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. And this is when, 2019.
Well, I know one thing for damn sure. CPS needs to get their ass involved in this and remove the other 4 kids before something happens to them.
Right. The other 4 kids and whoever John Quisha's children are, they're not safe with her. She's not a safe person.
Yeah, John Quisha Galloway, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only name I said right. God damn it.
Oh, wait, we didn't say it right. It's not John Quisha, it's Jen Quisha.
Oh, Jen Quisha Galloway. Oh, I like this guy
name and
right
a
here.
face a mother could love, child. Because listen. I just don't understand it. I mean, we got to do better because at the end of the day, why?
Story. I'm still finding out more information, but
I
from
like
what I
watching him
gather,
too.
this baby was handed over.
You should have put her TikTok on
What he considered
so we can hear it from the camel's mouth.
Yeah.
And from what
Okay.
I gather,
Let me do that.
Zhariyah turned 6
Yeah, her
years old
tag
on
is
the
in
15th
the
this
messenger
month of March. And from what I gather, Zhariyah had given temporary custody over to this girl named
and it wasn't
Jen
temporary
Quisha
custody.
Galloway.
It was just temporary
Gave her temporary
guardianship
custody because
so that the
Zhariyah was in the
child was
process of
able
not only
to,
moving but also looking for
go to
a
school.
stable
But
job.
apparently
She
she
needed
told a judge that when the baby passed, she told a judge that the mother and the father were deceased. So a judge allowed her to cremate the child shortly after her passing.
She told the judge the mother and father was deceased?
Correct.
Wow.
Well, I mean, and why did the judge just take her word for this without checking into it?
And
I mean,
this is why
Right.
Zhariyah is saying the courts had my number. They didn't contact me, send a letter, anything. They didn't call me, and she's not that credible because you're saying one thing, but then you also show these
Crazy.
in significant amount of times that you allow to lapse before you are really concerned about your baby. It's not giving what it needs to give. I'm very disappointed in her. I'm disappointed in the girl. I'm disappointed in the father. I'm disappointed in the family. I'm disappointed in the court systems. I am disappointed in everybody that has anything to do with this case. They failed this baby tremendously, and she suffered and lost her life. She suffered horribly. This baby
well,
was.
I mean, in fairness to the father, though, did the father even know that his girl had been just handed over to this woman?
And you know what? And that's a good point to bring up because I wanted to defend him in the beginning too, because I know how women can be. They'll lie and out of spite of the men, they won't say anything, about their living situation, and they'll have the kids somewhere else. I've seen it firsthand. I know that can happen. But my thing is that why were you even allowing time to lapse in the way that it was, that you had no idea or situation or no idea about the situation that your child was living in or living through. You're not calling, the mom and saying, I haven't talked to my daughter. Why don't you put her on the phone? They're not calling and checking to follow up because he would have known something was wrong at that point.
This is
What?
true.
Can you send me that link again, Mama?
Yeah, let me just see.
Please.
It's right there, love. It's right on top of that picture. It's the @Z5XS _
Oh, right
mommy.
here. Oh, right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just take that tag, copy, paste it into TikTok, and it'll pull up her TikTok.
XZ55 mommy.
Yep. It's
Lord.
_ mommy.
I don't know how to do that on my laptop.
If you copy and paste it, you could just put it in there like that too. Highlight it, copy it, and then paste it into TikTok.
Oh, copy. Oh
Yep.
shit! I just learned something new.
Uh-oh. Copy and paste is your friend. Definitely
Look,
mine.
I didn't know how to screenshot until before, like a year ago. All right. Let me close some of this stuff up.
Yeah, my husband always tells me, you have dyslexia. Because, honey, I'll be looking right at it and typing something totally different. So, yes, copy and paste is my friend.
All right, let's see if I can get this right though. Now, how the hell do I put it on? I didn't copy it. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay,
Yeah,
man.
like I said, I'm not excusing the father in this situation either, and now he's in a situation where right before the world's learning that his child, was molested, raped, and then, passed away, and no one really knows what happened. She was so, readily cremated. There's no way to go back and do another autopsy or take a second look or do toxicology because there's nothing left. Um, I would really like to say, like, no, where was he? You just went missing. He was around the same time the mom was. Why was he not calling to find out?
I want to look up his kids. Where the hell he at? Damn, he missing?
And
Shit.
look at how pretty she is.
She's adorable, ain't she?
She looked
All
like her
right.
dad, honey. You ask me.
All right, let's see what she got to say. Now, which one is the mom?
This is the mom's page right here.
Yeah, but
When is this? 2 hours ago? Let's hear it. I think that's the mom and her cousin or somebody, girl. I just think it's funny too that all these family members is ready to speak up, but where were y'all at when she needed help with this baby?
Exactly.
Whole damn family. Don't nobody know where this baby is? I'm getting sick and tired of this. They always want to talk about, oh, they went through this and they done did that and they done got unalived. But whole time they got whole families behind them that just don't care. It's not okay to care when it's too late because then it's too late.
right. There you go. There you go. All right, let's see what this
Let's
woman
hear
got to
this.
say.
Hey y'all, so I'm Zhariyah's auntie. This is her mom, Zhariyah. And we
Okay.
just want to get on here to clear up the whole story real quick and tell everybody what was going on. So, in about August, like the end of the summertime, Janquisha had been asking to get Zhariyah, because she was her godmom at the time, so she was asking to get Zhariyah, take her on little outings and different events and stuff. So it had started nearing the time for Zhariyah to go to school. So they both agreed that Zhariyah would go to Janquisha's custody so she can get signed up for school and she could be staying there because she was in between placements. So they thought it was in the best interest of Zhariyah for her to go to Janquisha's house. So they went to court, and when they went to court, they filed for Janquisha to get temporary custody, not full custody. She was only supposed to get temporary
I'm gonna show
custody.
y'all. So, hold on. I don't know how you can see.
All right, can you shut it? We'll flip the camera. We'll show all the evidence and everything in another TikTok. So We filed for her to get temporary custody. And at the end of August, my niece was SA'd by somebody that Janquisha had her around and had her associated with whatever. After that happened, a week later, Janquisha went back to the court secretly to file for full custody of my niece so she wouldn't be able to tell her story and tell what happened to her.
This with this paperwork this don't even have my signature.
Pause it real
There's no
quick.
signature
No
from her
signature
mom on there,
from
so how
me.
did she get custody?
This
of her?
not my
Okay, so what we
Oh
just
shit.
found out,
Wait. Okay, let's pause.
what we just found out
Rewind it.
from her own mother's mouth is that there was some type of situation going on inside the home. CPS did remove the child. The godmother stepped in to take the child, so the child didn't go to foster care, which she probably would have been safest going to. They did the temporary custody situation so that the baby could get into school, right? That's what we just heard, right, Arctic Fox?
Yeah.
I would
But my
rewind it a
question
Oh,
is why did they only remove the one child? Why did they leave the other
right.
four there?
Right.
you know what? And not only that, but now that I'm hearing this, and then she's only showing us screenshots of messages that she contacted her in November. I told you something is wrong with this girl. You had that baby taken in early August. She got sexually assaulted in the end of August as soon as you lost her. Then you don't still contact her for another 2 months. The mama need to be in jail too.
She says something that I want to rewind it a little bit, okay, guys?
Okay.
Hold on.
Wow.
We'll flip the camera. We'll show all the evidence and everything in another TikTok. So we filed for her to get temporary custody. And at the end of August, my niece was SA'd by somebody that Janquisha had her around and had her associated with whatever. After that happened, a week later, Janquisha went back to the court secretly to file for full custody of my niece so she wouldn't be able to tell her story and tell what happened to her.
this with this paperwork this don't even have
So wait, she said she was SA and she was gonna try to get full
She
custody.
said she
So she
secretly
won't be
went back to the courts. She is
right.
lying. You
Yeah,
can't secretly
I'm
go back.
calling bullshit on that
Me
because the
too.
courts are required to notify the parents of any
Thank
type of
you.
custodial hearing.
Thank you. She lying. That girl drink a lot and it's a problem. She's probably extremely hurt with this situation and probably don't want to feel the guilt. But baby, you're gonna have to feel the guilt because you let all this happen. You haven't been, keeping up. You talking about court dates and nobody notified you. Girl, you dropped your baby off in early August and you didn't hit that baby up until November 18th.
But she also just says something about so she won't tell her story, so she could. What the fuck are you talking about?
This is insane. Wow. She's lying. How can I've never heard of they will literally notify you by email, by phone, and by mail. They
Mm-hmm.
can't move forward until a certain amount of time passes by. So to say you gave her temporary custody at the beginning of August and she went and snuck back at the end and got it granted, that is a lie. I call cap.
So whose story is she? She said
She's
something
telling her
about
own story. That's the mom right there. The girl
yeah, but
that's
she
speaking
said
is
I
the
know.
sister or her
Yeah, I
cousin or
know that.
somebody. The
Right.
mom
She's,
is not speaking up, but she's sitting here waving around these papers. Something wrong with
yeah,
Shorty. Something wrong
right.
with you, baby.
No,
You
I
can't
know.
even come up with the straight story. But you whole time, we are seeing screenshots from November when you tried to reach out to your baby, but whole time you haven't had that baby since August. Girl, go to hell.
She said the baby was molested.
At the end of
And
August.
right, and she was trying to get custody so that she won't tell her story.
She's trying to say that the girl tried to hurry up and get custody after the sexual assault, SA so that she wasn't able to tell her mom and them what happened. That's not true. Because once she got SA, you could see in the documents from the boy's charges and all that stuff, you could see where it says he can't have contact and etc. And then Janique, how do you say her name? What was it? Janquisha. She was on that document saying that the child could only be with her. But that don't have nothing to do with this girl losing custody of her baby. She lying. Something ain't right, and she lying about losing custody. And I think that's what she don't want to talk about, is that she lost custody of that baby.
So, because I thought when she was the little girl was assaulted, I thought that's when she was unalive.
No. That's why I said this baby been being tortured. She was SA'd, and then she went back to live with that lady, and then all of a sudden that lady up and left and moved to Arizona. And that's where the baby passed, in Arizona. And so this is another thing. And this is why I think it's taken them a while to catch up and catch on, because she had that situation with, having part custody or whatever type of situation they had going on in the courts. That was in Wisconsin. She didn't tell Wisconsin she was moving. She got up and just left and went to Arizona. And then the baby ended up deceased in Arizona. And then they had to notify Wisconsin, Arizona did, when the baby passed. That girl had her baby since August. You didn't try to reach out to your child until November 18th, and the baby had already probably been in Arizona in October. August, September, October, November. You had waited 3 months before you tried to contact your baby the first time? Girl, go to hell.
Wow.
My signature.
There's no signature
There's no
from her mom
signature
on there,
from
so how
me.
did she get custody?
This not my handwriting, fools. Y'all just see my handwriting on this. This and this.
Two different documents.
Two different people.
Is she trying to say it's not even her handwriting now?
Offered her to get
Yep.
full custody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, some way it was slipped through the cracks that Janquisha was allowed to put her own address for Zay's address. So now that mail was sending from the court was getting sent to Janquisha's address for Zay. So she told her like, hey, you got some mail or whatever. She said, I'm gonna come pick it up. She said, no, I have to serve you in court. We're like, serve her in court for what? The letter was telling her about the court date. So how would you serve me in court if I never knew about a court date? So after she got the mail, after the court date was established and she didn't show up because she didn't know about a court date, full custody was granted to Janquisha.
She didn't have a guardian ad litem. The mama didn't have one of those because they give those. Cap.
And we just want to get on here to clear
And
up
that's
the whole
the
story.
only video she said she thing.
That's the only one.
Yeah.
Well, the
She'll be
guardian
putting
ad
some
litem is there. Is supposed to be
For the
there to
child.
represent the child's best interests.
It is for the child, but they always have contact with the parents. They always are in contact with the parents. So you telling me the guardian ad litem just been in contact with the godmom and ain't called, talk to you about nothing?
This whole custodial agreement just reeks as just ganky as fuck.
Yep. And you know what? If the courts actually allowed that girl to go switch them documents and all that stuff, they're going to be in some real deep ish.
Damn. Ooh.
But I ain't buying nothing of what this mama's trying to sell. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm trying to tell you because it don't make no sense. Even her allowing this girl to speak for her, you talking about you going to speak up. Well, speak up. You can't get the lie straight?
Yeah,
She ignorant,
wow.
honey. She ignorant.
This-
She something ain't right with her. Something can't be right with you. I don't understand it. And you trying to make it. I've been calling my baby girl. You started to call your baby after you didn't call her for 3 months. Then you started checking up on her. I can't take it. Mm, mm, mm.
Where's the other one?
Look at her. She don't even know what them papers is. Like, can this girl even read? And I'm not being funny. You know, a lot of these chicks be illiterate. Like, can she read? Like, what's the deal?
She said, and so she sent this March 15th at 9:19. Oh, we
Sent
forgot
what?
to read this one, Mama.
What's
This one
that?
right here, where she says, and I'll be calling her phone like a week, and some and no one's answering. Can you call Zhariyah? We said happy birthday since we can't talk to her. Can I
Wow.
get my baby's ashes? I'll pay you. You so bogus. Why didn't you tell me my baby passed? And then the girl says, I'm not bogus. I can't even process this shit, man. Everything happened. I told them in Wisconsin. I had them tell you because everything happened so fast. And then the mother says, what happened to my baby, bro? Why you telling people she don't have a mother? My baby been gone and you text me in December? Like she was getting a new phone and she was already gone? I want
Yep.
closure, bro. I carried her 9 months, took 23 hours to push her out and now she's gone.
She said 17 hours in one post, and that just goes to show. I'm just saying we gotta make it be established too. It needs to be established. The mom is a liar. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a liar. You say on this post 25, and it's just little things like that that I pay attention to. You're saying, 24, 25 hours here, but in another post you said 17 hours. Like, girl, get it together. My
Number one,
my number's
number
never gonna
one,
change. I know how long it took me to birth my child. Come on now.
I'm calling bullshit on that too, because there ain't no way no obstetrician in this world is going to let a woman sit for 24 hours in labor. They will initiate a
That's not true.
C-section before they do that.
No, that's not true. I was in labor with my first son, for 33 hours. Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah. But so that's what happened. Like, the labor didn't progress as it would. Like, you go from having a contraction every 2 hours to an hour, and then the number goes down. Like, I had a contraction and didn't have another one for 6 hours. So
Ooh.
it was active labor and the mucus plug came out, but it was just taking a while for the contractions to get closer, and I was dilating slow. So, and they checked him and he was fine, and regular stuff like heartbeats and stuff. So they was like, you're only 4 centimeters, go home. And I literally rode around in a van all day until the next day, and then finally was at 6 centimeters when they let me stay. And it took a while after that because I was so anxious and nervous that my cervix couldn't relax to, contract. So I ended up having to get an epidural. And as soon as I got that, labor progressed very quickly. So yeah, it happens. It just depends on how active the labor is and if the baby is okay. But my thing is you never forget. I'm never going to forget those 33 hours. That it'll be the same, always the same answer. Right down to the time that's on the birth record. Like, it
I
gets
can
crazy.
imagine. I can imagine, because I tell you what, someone once told me that the equivalent for a man to give birth would be for him to pass a 10-pound kidney stone. Let me tell you something. I'd never forget that shit.
Yeah. Well, the contractions give you some space. I will say that.
Look,
It's crazy.
check this out. Mary Jane said, because somebody said to Mary Jane, oh my God, and her baby daddy went missing too. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, that is horrible. And then Mary Jane told Tootie, right? It definitely is a weird, questionable life. Although I feel bad for her baby being gone, I have so many questions because something don't sit right with me. Watch her live.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Mm.
She not telling all the truths. And that's another reason why this girl feel as though she can play in her face like this. Because what do you mean you forgot to tell me and you was lying to me? What happened?
She says someone was beating on her, the little girl. She died from a ruptured spleen on top of the sexual, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and even
That's
going back to the phone issue, she would have known what her daughter's number was, and then if suddenly she's getting calls and calling a WhatsApp number, that doesn't make any sense either.
well, she was calling the WhatsApp number because that was the friend was saying that was her number. She was calling the baby's phone, but the baby clearly never answered because they either took the phone or something happened to the phone, and she lied and said that they needed a charger. That was just for her not to have a conversation with her.
Oh
Clearly
yeah.
she's telling the mom, I'm sorry, I've just been going through it like real bad with this whole situation. And, basically I told the courts to tell you, but you're the godmom. You couldn't tell me. I'm starting to wonder how well she knew her. Did the dad
That's
pick her to be a
right.
godmother? Like, how did she become
Mhm.
involved? Like, she didn't seem like she knew her. And I didn't looked on all the posts on the mom's page, and the mom never tagged her, talked about hanging out with her or anything. So how did she happen to get your baby? It seemed like a person you don't know.
That's why I was asking how far, like how long did she know this girl? She
Well,
the
I mean,
grandma.
and this is
She
just
my
a
child
wild
godmother.
theory. This is just a wild theory, but if she was struggling financially, maybe there was a financial kickback for this chick to get the baby.
You know what, Arctic Fox? And I am so sold on that idea because it's the only logical thing that I can understand. And like Brooklyn
Right.
said with this screenshot earlier, the girl had a delinquency to minors. It doesn't matter. That's not how social services work. You have to have a clean record. They will pull up any and everything, and you are already in trouble for having something to do with a minor. You're telling me they gave you a baby?
Mm. Ain't that crazy?
Wow.
Crazy shit.
Wow. And that just happened. That just happened around the time the little girl was born. So how again did she end up with this child? I think she sold that baby. You had all the other ones. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, Fox, why didn't they take the rest of them? Because I don't think it is what she said. They both lying. I think they had some type of agreement, and she mad that
Mm.
girl and killed her child, and now she want to make a fuss about it. But she basically sold that baby off for some probably income tax money.
Sad.
Look at her, pretty as can be.
Ain't she adorable?
Yeah, her older sister, her brother, and then her two younger twin sisters are. They look like little girls. Two twin sisters, yeah. Oh no, maybe they're boys. They have the dinosaurs on, but they got both their ears pierced, honey. You never know. These little babies be just so cute, though. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. And I don't understand. And also, if you were involved with CPS, why didn't they reach out to the dad? That's his child too.
Right.
It
Somebody
might
gonna
be
be in
worth
trouble.
it might be worth pulling Dad's record to see if he has any previous charges that would keep him from taking the baby.
Yep. Very true.
Yeah.
He didn't look like a stand-up guy, and I hate to say it, but his, page is full of weapons and stuff
If
that.
there was a no contact order in place, that would explain why he wasn't able to talk to the daughter or anything.
Very true. Very true. But I just don't understand how this lady got the baby, knowing she has a record. How? Did her entire family have a record? Because why didn't any of her family get the child? or his family?
Right.
Like, what is happening?
Right.
We're just gonna get a baby to a stranger that is already, you know, not a good role model, clearly. You
Mm-hmm.
know, already we can see she's putting children at risk. So how in the world was she granted any type of anything?
I agree. I don't think CPS was ever involved, because if CPS was involved, this lady would have been
Oh,
the
she got a
mother.
lawsuit on her.
The mother would have had to have been taking some type of parenting classes in order to try to
Yep,
get her child back. She should
exactly.
have had visitation set up to visit that child on a regular basis. I mean, this
And
just
those
isn't
are
making any sense.
none at
So
all. And you're
she.
absolutely right, because even
Oh,
with
let me show
those
you.
visitations, when they have visitations, that's to set it up to see if they're going to come and make those visitations and go to the classes and do what they need to do to get those kids back. So if they're missing, you know, 2-3 visitations, then they automatically will, you know, tell them you're not going to get this kid back. You don't deserve this kid. So for none of this stuff to happen, when?
She has some type of lawsuit on her.
Mm,
Last year, let me see, 2023.
mm.
Judge Frederick Jones.
It says it's disposed. So,
Yeah.
oh, she's a thief. How much was it? Oh,
Can you
these are
see
the
it?
docket entries. Yeah, I'm just seeing there. This is probably them paying to bring the case up against her. Let's see.
This happened in 2023. Last year.
Well, oh, bond amount. Pretty cheap bond. Oh, car situation. Charge description.
No.
Possession of drug paraphernalia.
Ooh.
You see it right there at the bottom.
Additional.
Hey, this girl did not go to no CPS and get that baby. This chicken head
I
is
see it
lying.
now.
There ain't
Hey,
no
bro,
way.
Phenomenal.
can we go and type Mama's name in and see what charges Mama's had
I was
previously?
just about to do that. Oh yeah, I was just about to do that shit. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
She got a fine for that. It probably was some weed or something. Oh, child. Mm, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. It's too much. And this was just last year. This was the year she allegedly got
Mhm.
custody of the
Yep,
baby. How
yep.
is that even possible? This is ridiculous. That girl is lying. She done typed up some papers and had that little stupid woman signing papers, and she didn't even know she signed her baby life away. Girl, bye.
Damn, ain't shit coming up for her.
Go into the court system and type her name directly into the court system and see if anything comes up.
Okay. Let me go right back here. Yeah. Court search. Wait, let me see. I could do court search, right? And just put a name in, you think? No.
Go back to where you were looking at
Yeah, that's
whatever
what I
the hell
mean.
her name is as charges,
Yeah.
and it should have an option for you to search for other cases by
Search.
name.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's just no way. that this is unbelievable.
But if she'd already copped all those charges plus the delinquency charge, there's no way in hell CPS would ever let her near a child.
Thank
It
you.
says no results containing any of your search terms were found.
Hmm.
Hmm. It
I'm
ain't
keep
adding up.
I'm gonna keep
So if there's nothing in the court system related to the mom, if there was a CPS case, there should have been something in the system against mom.
right.
Exactly. The mom is lying. And I knew she was lying when she posted them screenshots and hearing that the baby was gone in August. And you posting screenshots from November, like where were you for those 3 months? The girl probably didn't feel like she owed her an explanation. She ain't called in 3 months. Now all of a sudden you want to see how she is? Girl, bye. It just ain't right. Everything about this case is just terrible.
Oh, what the hell?
You know what you should have did, Brooklyn Squad?
What?
If you go to that interview that she did with that guy today,
Yeah,
see if you can pull that up.
that's what I was doing with y'all.
No, not that. That was the TikTok.
No, I put the interview up that she did with the guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
couldn't
was
hear it. I was
talking
talking
and
about like
I
screen
know.
sharing it.
Yeah, yeah, we was yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was telling you. I was like, oh, she's still in the comments, y'all.
She did the interview and stated, "Girl, listen, child, it just gives what it don't need to be given. This is just crazy. I mean, I want to fight her and the lady at this point, like for real, because what?
Oh, okay. Let me go to here. Yeah, they was giving they were going out of way. Oh wait, what am I doing? Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I'm right. It's right here. What was the name of it? Talk with Turk, right? Okay. Talk with. Oh, I thought this was the link. I forgot how I got the link, but that's okay. Yeah. Talk with Turk was live right here. Okay, let's go. Sorry, but
The 2K210 show. And I'm like, what the fuck? So she hit me up, say she want to come on, tell her story. And then 20 minutes later, the mother hit me up. So I'm like, damn, it's study falling in my lap. So I ain't take the other store. I'm taking the store with the mother because this, if I was a mother, well, I'm a dad, but I know I want to be heard. So here we are. So I know a lot of y'all might be like, 2K, what you talking about? What's going on? So let's just do a little quick reading, okay? These are words that I hope that y'all never have to type. So y'all bear with me and say no. Why me, God? Why did you give me this battle to fight? I can't fight it. My head tight, my mind racing. I can't stay asleep for over 20 minutes. No. Why, God, please tell me I'm dreaming because I can't take this pain. Please, 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 someone, please. I'm having crazy thoughts and I'm trying to control them. This isn't fair. Why couldn't you take me instead? God, please let us switch. I don't want to live anymore. I can't live no more. Please, I'm begging you. Let us switch. This shit ain't right. Okay. Um, these are the words of a mother who just found out that their child is no longer here with us. And that's a lot. That's a lot to even put in words. But she did it. So y'all, without further ado, I'm gonna let her come up here and tell her story. Y'all bear with her. When I put her on the screen, you gonna see that her cash app is pinned. Okay, this ain't no charity story. This ain't nobody that need money. This is somebody that I and you know I don't put nobody cash out. This something that I suggested because she got to get a lawyer, and we know how lawyers is and the fees is. So if it's on your heart to give, please feel to do so. I know I am. Okay, so without further ado, y'all, man, come to the motherfucking stage. I'll give it. Let me unmute my phone. Mute y'all up over there. What's up with it, love? How you?
We holding up, but I just had one question. It's freedom of speech on here, right?
Of
Like we can say anything we
course.
want.
Absolutely. You
Okay.
can curse my mama out if you want to.
All right. You want to start something?
Okay, y'all, hold on, wait. So hold on. So accompanied by her is her sister, because her voice is almost gone, but she got Subu here who gonna help get her through this. All right. So thank God for the support system, y'all. My sister would never.
Because this was about what's for?
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump to the most asked question. What was she doing with the child, or do you want us to go back to the beginning?
Like, what you mean? What she was doing with the child?
Why did she have custody of him?
Oh, okay, she had custody. Cause I at the time, like, I was in that like jumping house to house. So like, me as a mother that was going house to house with a little girl, I didn't want my baby to do that with me. So I decided she was already having her. So I was like, you feel me? Like you
Right.
already be having her like on and off. If I don't have her, you have her. So I'm like, you feel me? I'm not gonna lie, she the one who gave me the suggestion to, she could go to school from there and stuff. She's like, she already be over there. So I'm like, okay, cool. And that's why she had her because I was sitting there jumping out the house and I didn't want her to do that until I got my living situation together.
Right. So basically, you were just making the best decision for your daughter at that time.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. Like, where does the story begin? Where does it get kind of fishy at? Where like, hey, something ain't right.
Okay, so like over the summer, me and her, like I had her majority of the summer, but she like my birthday in the summer too. So like she would have her some days, and then I have her for like weeks. Then she'll get her, and then boom, that's when the situation about the living situation came about. And so I was like, okay, cool. So we went to the court. No, she was like, we got to go to court because, mind you, I have custody of all my kids. I don't know nothing about going to court or trying to fight or like what goes on when you go to court for a kid. I don't know what happens. So she was like, we got to go to the court. You got to sign papers and say you're going to give me temporary custody and that and that. I'm like, okay. She was like, because you know I'm on housing and I lose my housing. I'm like, I don't want nobody to lose their housing because my baby was over there. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna go to court. So we signed the papers. As I showed you in the stuff that I sent you, I went to sign the papers August 2nd. So we did that. She didn't scribble over my name. I mean, like the temporary custody and wrote full because when you go to a court, you have to mark off your initials. You have to mark off your initials and stuff like that when you scribble over stuff in the court documents.
Wait, hold on. She tried to get full custody?
Yeah, like
she went back and she crossed off what she wrote and put what she wanted on there.
Yeah, no, that's not that. That's the doctor. That's the doctor document. That's what my baby. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna show you. Let me see if I can find pictures without putting everybody information out.
Okay.
This is what I'm trying to. She went back over what I was saying and put forward.
She just crossed it out.
Oh, right.
She didn't put her initials, didn't post that who said it. She just put full. And so from her putting full, she went back 2 weeks later. Mind you, my daughter got SA on the 22nd. That's showing that she gave me a fake address. I gave you her real address, like the address that was actually in the what's the name.
Right.
So that's showing you that she gave me a fake address. That was her address.
Wow.
So that's why people saying, why didn't I go try to they'll be at her door doing this and that. How am I going to a door where I don't even know where the door
addresses and where she stays now? Like all these is no address where she ever stayed at for real.
She never stayed there.
She might have been getting mail there, but she was not staying there.
So
yeah, my daughter got sexually assaulted on the 22nd. She went to the courts on the 28th.
The 28th.
She went to courts on the 28th to say that she wanted full custody. She knew if she had full custody, I could not have no say so. So she texted me like, you got some mail. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come grab it. She like, no, I gotta give it to you in court. I'm like, okay, so when we got court, she never said nothing. So I'm like, okay. Well, so I'm like, maybe we just don't got court. So I'm texting her question marks. She's not saying anything. So then she get granted. She called me. She like, oh, we got what we want. I'm like, what you mean? She was like, I just left court, this, that, and the third. I'm like, how you just leave court, but I never went? She's like, oh, we got what we want. I'm like, okay.
Oh shit!
Wait. Nothing clicked in my head to go into the court.
She should have went to court then.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm confused a little bit.
She's saying she got what she wants, and on the paper it say full custody. Is that what she's talking about?
No, in my paper it said temporary.
So when she said we got what we wanted, she believed that she meant she got the temporary custody of Zhariyah for the time being. And it states it's only until the mom finds a house. Exactly. And so the child can go to school. It never said the mom wasn't on drugs, there was no abuse going on, there was nothing going on. Only till the mom found the house, she was supposed to have temporary custody. So she thought the court date was to establish in the courts that it was temporary custody. Because when you file paperwork, it's only with the clerk, it's not with the judge and all those other people. So she thought she was just getting temporary custody. Temporary custody was granted. Not that Janquisha had went back and secretly filed for full custody.
Wow.
And that she kept the letter from her telling her about the court date. Her mail literally went to Janquisha's address. And Janquisha kept that letter from Zay that saying they had to go to court.
Damn, so it's kind of like she was plotting.
Yes.
She was trying to cover her ass because the little boy would have sexually assaulted my baby like 2 weeks ahead of that time.
About a week before this happened, it was 6 days later that she went to file for full custody of Zhariyah because she knew Zhariyah was going to start telling and Zhariyah was going to start talking. She took her to the hospital after she was sexually assaulted. So we know what day it happened. They have records of all this.
So how old was the person that touched her?
Huh?
How old was the person that sexually assaulted her?
He was 16. Well, he is 16 years old.
Wow.
Oh my
She
God.
it sounds like Janquisha left her in the custody with him.
Yeah,
and
that's from what
he
we
assaulted
getting.
my niece.
From what we getting is Janquisha left him to probably babysit my baby, and she was sexually assaulted.
Now it's starting to make sense because now, like, I'm establishing motive now. Okay.
Why is she even sharing custody with her and not watching
Some
her?
people are so
Come on
evil, I
now.
swear.
Watch
Yeah.
your own
So
baby.
wait. So at what point did she cut all communications from y'all?
Okay, so boom, she went to court. She like, we got what we wanted. I picked her and my baby up from the courthouse. I'm the one that picked them up. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm like, let me see the paper. She was like, oh, yours in the courthouse. I'm like, bitch, what? Like, I'm confused on what?
I'm trying to look for the pause
So
button.
mind you, I
Why didn't you
have
go
a
get the
warrant. I'm
paperwork?
not just go in the courthouse and willy-nilly give myself to them. I did have a warrant for a battery. So I'm like, hell no, I ain't going back to no courthouse. But you know, this is my
And that's
first
how
time
she
here,
played
so
her. Knew she had a warrant and told her
in
took
my
her.
head,
Yeah.
she probably could have been lying.
Right.
So she should be in the system, but I couldn't find her.
We already gave you temporary custody. What was the point of going back and sneakily filing for fully custody? That makes no sense. Besides the fact that she was trying to cover her own ass for what the assault that happened on my niece, but there was no reason for us to believe that she went back and filed full custody at all.
And then from there, I dropped them off. I dropped them off at her house. I'm texting the day going past. She not answering. Mind you, the text messages y'all see on Facebook is from Messenger. We have her cell phone number. We have a fake number she gave on my baby. We have text messages in our cell phone. That's why like the messages are split out. So she give us a fake number. She giving. I'm calling. I'm texting. She not saying nothing back. Like, yeah, these are Messenger, but I was texting her phone.
Well, why didn't she go there though?
Her phone. I was texting my baby.
Exactly.
phone.
And she said she dropped her off. So you knew where
I
she
was
lived
calling
at.
them. You know, that's why I say, why didn't she answer? Like, why I haven't got no answer?
Right.
Because I'm calling her phone, and anybody that knows a 5-year-old who has a phone in their hand, they're gonna decline or they're gonna answer.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is weird that my baby not doing this. So I'm
A 5 years old have a cell phone?
steady calling her. So like a month go by, she not saying. I'm like, okay, bitch, now I'm gonna go to court because at this point, my baby not answering the phone. You can cut contact with me.
In the holidays, all the holidays at the end of the year, all the holidays passing, we calling, steady calling,
and
steady texting.
she giving us the runaround.
Oh, we're out of town. Oh, she needs a charger.
My twins' birthday came up. This girl literally showed us a picture of on the highway on the way to us, but she never came.
Wow.
And this was the day after my niece was assaulted.
Wait. So y'all was in the same city and she was ducking y'all the whole time.
Hold on 1 second. Let me try to turn my volume up.
Okay, we listening.
Okay, so y'all was in the same city and she was ducking y'all the whole time.
We're not in the same city. We are currently in Illinois. She's in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Well, where she was is Wisconsin.
Right.
We're
So
about
30, 45 minutes away.
We're like 45 minutes away.
Okay. And at what point did it begin like, hey, you know what? Fuck it.
Okay, so she ducking. So I go to the court. I'm filing a motion to terminate her guardianship. I gave you that paper also. So I go.
The time where she really started ducking us was okay. So like I said, we had never seen Zhariyah on video chat, but she was texting and saying like, "Oh, Zhariyah's gonna call you back," or "Oh, we're just too tired. She's busy, whatever." So she was still texting. So it wasn't like we lost full contact with her. But then in about January is when she went silent and cold around January when we started getting court dates to get Zhariyah back, and she started updating the like, "Yeah, we're coming to court. I'm bringing the baby to court," and she was already gone at that time.
Oh my.
So that's the paperwork that you see where the guardian ad litem was saying. She was even telling me that she was bringing the baby to court. And that was January 31st.
That's a guardian ad litem saying that.
That's somebody in the court. That's not just somebody on the bus
saying that. That's somebody that was
she was giving me the runaround. I was trying to check in with the child. She's telling me, oh, the child's busy or she's doing something else. Like she never gave me.
And this is in January, 2 whole months after my baby was dead.
So she lied to the courts too.
Yeah, so she doing that, she doing that. So I'm going to court. I'm going to court every few days. Hold on. I'm going to court every few days like not every few days, like a week. It'll be like 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks for real.
Yeah, like to go to court for my baby. So I'm like,
and every time we go into court, it's
always an
excuse.
This
error.
That's they always tell me you didn't fill out the papers. Like, how do we know she got some papers? This and the time. I'm like, damn, y'all ain't even give me the problem when I was signing the papers.
Why did she not file a police report?
So after all that, she sent a letter in on November 13th. Hold on, no. Hold on. Let me get my papers together because I got a whole stack of papers. Okay, so boom. On November 26th, she sent a paper in and she states, this is what she says. Hi, I am writing this letter to inform you that Zhariyah Robinson has passed away last month. Oh shit! Month 16th, how she passed away last month on the 6th? That would have been February if I'm not mistaken. She said, I don't know her medical history, but as told, she was healthy. Her sugars dropped tremendously and an infection took over her body. She went into a coma and did not make it out. I'm lost in her. I lost my father as well. I'm broken. It's hard for me and my family, so please bear with us. Okay, so boom.
Wait, who sent you that?
There was never no infection. There was never no blood sugar drop.
I did the research.
No coma, nothing.
This bitch daddy died 6 years ago. How did you just lose your daddy?
What the fuck?
And then what you do have that I was just pointing out is right here. Boom. This is the address from Kenosha, right? This is the address from, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
This is the address from Kenosha. This stamp is from Arizona. So that means you was in Arizona acting like you was in Kenosha writing this letter.
What the fuck?
Exactly. Then you goes on Facebook. I wasn't gonna go social media with it because I'm really hurt behind this. I really lost a whole child. Like,
and she just passed yesterday. She just found out.
Baby. My youngest daughter.
She just found out.
I went on Facebook because I said I was hurt. The status you read before we started.
Never said anything.
No, I never said what I'm hurt about or why I'm hurt. You feel me? Like I didn't go into depth about it. But I go on Facebook and she posted pictures of my baby, talking about she taking loss after loss after loss. She just made me snap. Like
after 4 months, you finally decide to post.
Now you grieving about my baby.
But how you post that you miss her?
How you love her?
But you ain't even call her mama to say that she was gone for 4 months.
Do you think?
To the point like she died a month before that.
Okay, hey, listen, I'm for the exit y'all out and come back in because we got a bad echo.
Yes, I'm saying the bad.
Okay. So y'all, okay. Mic check. Well, yeah, we got a bad echo. I'm trying to see.
Charge you pass away is the girl lying.
Okay. Yo. So when they come back in, I hope it go right, y'all. The audio is messing up on their end. Like it's giving double feedback. I'm trying to stop it.
What y'all thinking right now? What y'all got to say?
Yo,
she's stupid.
Nothing about this makes a wicked sense at all.
Because it's the audio bad. Right
Nope. She basically just let somebody keep her baby that shouldn't have never had her baby.
Call me on that number. I'm just gonna run the audio through the phone.
Okay.
All right, y'all, because I'm trying to get all the details right in the audio. The audio messed up bad. So hold on, let me get this right. This is man. Okay, my fault about that. Gee. Let me call him.
Shit.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm gonna look at it from your page, but I don't think we can see the live, like
yeah, you should be able to see the live on my page.
Down.
from your Facebook page.
Yeah, you should definitely be able to see it.
Yeah, we just saw you live earlier.
Okay. I can't. Is her phone? I think it might be this phone right here that with the feedback. It's nasty.
I don't know, but maybe because I'm on speaker too now.
That probably be it. Yeah. See if that's the reason why. Hello.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I could switch rooms or something, so we both be able to.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, y'all. We do got her cash app posted right here. Because she do need a lawyer, and you know how lawyer fees is. So the cash app is posted.
She don't need a
And
lawyer.
I'll be
She needed to
putting it on the
file a
story after
report from the
the fact.
beginning.
Hello?
Is it
Exactly.
better now?
Hell yeah, the way
You
better.
steady running from the
Way
police,
better.
but you
Okay,
need
yeah,
their
maybe
help at
the
this point.
kids that was in the background.
Yeah, probably was. Be running interference. So okay, so you were saying that they just sent y'all a letter and just said she was dead. Who sent it?
No, we should file with the courts. Send the letter from Arizona to the courthouse in Kenosha to inform us. So
Kenosha asked.
yeah, but it's like Jinquisha went to court with this letter that she already had typed up, and they like, you know how like if you need like a money order, like you get it notarized or something. That's kind of like what she did. She went to the court and they sent the letter from their courthouse to they sent the court the letter from their courthouse to the courthouse in Kenosha, and then the guardian Malaiten, she called Zay to inform her that her child was gone.
Oh my! And did they say what the cause of death was in the autopsy or anything?
We talked to the coroner about what the cause of death was. Yeah, it's still pending, but it was not diabetes or it was not anything infection. No, it was none of that. How Jinquisha say, oh, it was an infection. He went in a coma. She never was in a coma. She passed away before she even made it to the hospital.
What the fuck? And they and it's pending. The cause of death is pending.
No, it's they said a ruptured spleen and a small valve something. I don't
bowel rupture.
I don't know. Yeah, like a small bowel rupture or something. So that's what they told me. But they said usually because my baby was so small that that's probably why it's still pending, because they're trying to get everything
and pinpointing on one thing exactly.
Yeah, they're trying to pinpoint it on one actual thing. They're not trying to say, oh, it might have been this, that, and that. They trying to see like it was this.
Okay.
So
do you suspect foul play?
Yes. No, and I'm not gonna lie. I went to the courts. We was there for hours. I went to the court. They said my child is when I showed you. I don't know if you popping up because I can't look at your page, but the Kari boy, he was charged. It's not no pending charge. It's not no. He was charged with touching my baby.
First degree.
Oh.
And it's been in the court system for months, and Jinquisha had yet to tell us about any of that. And she knew about the case.
And then she making up lies
to try to get rid of the case. She moved to Arizona so she didn't have to deal with the case no more.
Do you think that it was? Now I don't want to throw no theory out here, but this is what it sounded like. In order to protect her, the boy, I think it was her son.
No, it wasn't her. That's not her son. It's somebody that like she know son. So it's like a close person to her son.
Do you think
because
he's like a nephew to her?
Do you think in order to protect her, she might have did what she did to your child?
She look. I said it. I just said it a lot of times.
What? That she might have did it and threw it on somebody else?
I said him, her, or she'd have left my baby with somebody, and they could, cause and it just when she came back, my baby. Cause look, I'm not gonna lie, I've been texting her, I've been trying to be sweet, I've been calling her. She trying to tell me. I just looked at the papers when I was sending it to you. You said something with her blood sugar, this and that. But when I was on the phone with you, you told me my baby was playing. Then all of a sudden she was talking about her stomach hurt and she caught the flu. So you went to go get her medicine, leaving her with your brother.
Oh.
And then when you came back, you put her in the shower and she still was being. And then this bitch sat here and told me
she's not feeling good, throwing up and sick as fuck.
So you took her out, tried to put her in bed, and then you said, "Oh, I called the police, but I didn't hear them, so I got in the car and tried to take her to the hospital myself." If the police, you have to get out the police way. You hear sirens,
right?
So she said, "Oh, I had to get out. I took her in the car and I tried to take her myself. By the time she got to the hospital, she was already dead."
Something ain't right. Something ain't motherfucking right.
It's cool.
It seems like it's the trauma that
No, it
happened
ain't
to her.
cool.
She slowly started getting worse. And then one day, it might have got real bad. But the trauma that happened to her is the reason why it sounds like because how you just get something ruptured or lacerated in your body? Unless it's a trauma, somebody beating on you, somebody hurting you.
And then, I don't know, this bitch, she, I don't know, she made so many stories, huh?
Okay, so is there any part of you that want to believe that wasn't no foul play expected, or are you all in with the verdict that something happened that's fishy?
I know something happened that's fishy because if didn't nothing happen, why did you cut contact with me? I'm not gonna lie, Zhariyah was a talkative kid. She'll tell it all. She'll tell you, she's like a tape recorder.
Really, repeat everything just.
And then she sat here and tried to say, Zhariyah, say that people were molesting you and taking you to hotels and pay. What does a 5-year-old know about that?
Facts. Nothing.
I went to the hotel to get pimped out.
And my mama got money for me.
What?
That's what she tried. That's what the
little boy mom.
That's what the little boy mama trying to say that my baby was saying. Like, what are y'all? First of all, don't try to blame nothing on me because she went to the doctor a week before she went with this bitch. So don't try to blame nothing on me because if that was the case, I would have been getting investigated.
Oh yeah, something definitely off.
And then how they tried to cover it up even more is she tried to reverse psychology to shit. Oh, she said your family was touching on her. How? We hadn't been seeing her for months. Everybody was out the state. I was in North Carolina. My sister was in Texas. We were all in different places. We hadn't seen Zhariyah since May.
I'm willing to bet.
So
I got money that whatever
baby,
they
man.
did to that baby.
Now it's May and not August. That girl did not have that baby.
I guarantee.
And I'm not trying to say this, but the way Janquisha moving, she probably was touching on my baby too.
No, man.
And you knew that, and you let your baby go with her.
She probably was too. I hate to say it, but you not just acting weird all of a sudden. And this boy, the police told me when he touched her, it was August 22nd. So you didn't just get the moving funny all of a sudden if you wasn't doing nothing. And they said she went to the police right away. So okay, y'all went to the police right away. You didn't even. You still hiding something. What you hiding? What did you take my baby from Wisconsin all the way to Arizona for?
Right? You didn't let her video.
Okay, can we pause this for a second?
Yeah. I was trying to pause it
just
before and I
said,
can't.
that they got a lawyer that's willing
Can't
to
pause the
represent
goddamn
y'all for
thing.
free of charge.
Click on the screen. It should be at the bottom.
You got my number. If we can't see the chat.
Babe, I barely can see the chat. I don't know what the fuck going on right now on Facebook. But I definitely put you in contact with that person right there.
It's
all right. Thank you so much. Because I'm
it's
definitely
not there
gonna
at
need
all.
the way.
I've been
all
trying to
the
do it,
paperwork,
but I
looking
just
at
kept
it.
letting it
She
play.
sent it mail to
That's
herself.
why I didn't do anything.
The way he's gonna get prosecuted. And then
Yeah.
this is the thing.
I
This
don't
is
know
what
what's
they was
going
telling
on.
me at the courthouse. Okay, he got
Let me
charged
see
There it
something.
is. Did you
with
see it?
first-degree sexual assault.
Where?
But if he goes to trial,
Go
he
back
will
towards
have
where
to
he is with the
what they
mouse.
say, confront his accuser. Which my baby is dead. He
And
can't
then you
confront
just click on the
nobody.
screen.
So then it said that charge wouldn't like hold up. They had to think of something else.
I wonder how they know that, and if they knew that before, and that was
Didn't nobody know nothing. Didn't nobody know?
No, it's
Didn't nobody
usually
know
right
my baby
here.
was dead? This boy went to court in what, January 30th. January 30th. And then they say he was back in court March.
February,
Because somebody
not
that's
March.
who showed me the picture. Like a little boy just got accused of touching. You know the picture that they showed me about? I was just in court and somebody was Jaquisha was supposed to be there with your baby, but she never showed.
Wow.
He was in January and he went in March. He's gonna go back in May, and I'm going to that one for sure. Because now that my baby, I know that
Let me
my baby
hold on.
dead,
Let me do something.
and she was
It probably needs to be
dying
refreshed.
slowly.
Okay, there we go.
No, everybody's going down. Everybody going down, and then people on Facebook. I know I'm not supposed to be on Facebook because of people saying their opinions, but people.
Okay.
All right. So I'm calling bullshit on this bitch's entire fucking story. Because, the first video we saw, something about CPS getting involved, that would go through all the courts. It wouldn't be, oh, let's just sign a paper and blah, 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 and file it in court. You would have to go through the courts. CPS would go through the courts with this. Nothing she's saying is making any sense at all. I think this woman sold her child for a Snickers bar, and now she's upset and trying to get a bunch of sympathy, and she's got her cash app out there. She's going to profit off of her child's death is what she's going to do.
Yep. But not only that, if we just listen to the interview here that you just played with this Talks for 2K, then we could listen to the lies yet again, just like the lies and the inconsistencies in the last video. She said that she signed a document on the 2nd of August. Now she's saying, yeah, of course, later in the video, yeah, of course, I think she did something, because she's saying when we were calling and we haven't talked to her for months and we hadn't seen her since May. Like, what was it, May or August? Because now you out of town, y'all all out of town. And how the hell are you out of town and you ain't got nowhere to live? Girl, make it make sense. This is too much for me. I'm very disappointed with the mom. And my husband keeps saying, stop blaming her. She lost her baby. And I can understand that and I can sympathize with that for the baby. But at what point are the excuses going to stop being allowed? Because she created this dangerous situation. And then to allow something like, well, I think she might have been, I hate to say it, but I think she probably could have had done something to my baby. If you know a person is capable of certain things, why are you trusting something so precious as a child with them? You're not making any sense, little baby. And like Arctic Fox said, now you got your cash app out in, it's you don't need a lawyer. You can get one from the courts, baby. What you need to do is file a formal report so that the police can put a detective on this case. Because if you're saying she crossed this out and it wasn't corrected, even though if you go to the court clerk, they make sure when you're signing it, and if you cross anything out, they'll say, hey, I need to watch you,
Oh,
initial this.
yeah.
Allow you to do that. Like, come on, seriously, girl.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that too. I'm calling bullshit on that too.
Exactly. And then when she claims that the girl came out of court with just her papers, they're the same papers, are they not? Then let me see yours. And if not, I need to go in here and get them. I don't care about no warrants because you're talking about a whole baby right now.
Right.
Yeah, because if you cross any type of thing out on legal paperwork, you have to sign an affidavit that you've changed the paperwork. They want to watch you sign it and all that stuff.
an
Because let me
initial.
tell you something, you cross through a goddamn title to a car, you're likely to never get that car titled again.
Yep. But you telling me you was able to go sign full custody over to yourself, and the mama was right there and didn't know it. And even if she did use her address, that's understandable, but that she didn't get that letter. But for you to sit up and say that y'all went to the actual court after you lied and said right after that you didn't go into court to get the documents the second time because you had a warrant, girl, you been had that warrant, but you was sure up there at the court clerks trying to get that temporary guardianship signed over to her. And I promise you, the court clerk is meticulous. They're not going to allow you to scratch out and mess up their documents and their paperwork right in their face. They got to witness her initialing that. This is unbelievable. Whatever lie the mom is telling, she's trying to avoid having a real investigation done.
I'll tell
But
you
you
what,
see what happened.
I'd like to unleash Nancy Grace on this bitch.
Ooh,
Oh, say it again.
baby.
Because this not making no sense at all.
Nancy, the wrong one. She will eat you
No,
up.
Nancy gonna be the right one to get us some answers. Because
No,
at
I
this
know, but
point,
I'm
baby,
still
you
know what I
done
mean.
posted
She
it
will eat
to the
you
internet,
up.
to Beyonce's internet. You done made it public, and we want to know why Zhariyah had to suffer at your hands and that woman's hands.
Yeah.
You still haven't said why you kept all the other kids, but you couldn't keep her. What was so wrong with her? What'd she do? Why was she allowed to go over there? Where you saying it was because she was a little girl? You had another little girl that you kept with you. So what is the excuse really?
Exactly,
But she
because if you
wanted
were
to make
homeless, all those other kids were. If she was going to be homeless, or if she was homeless, then all those other kids were homeless too, and they should have been put into homes so they wouldn't have to suffer. Why just the one girl?
yeah. And why put her with a person that you suspect is weird or suspicious or
That already got a
criminal?
case. Yeah, exactly. That already got a
And that's
history.
another thing I had a problem with. You're allowing somebody to keep your child so much to the point that they have to find childcare for her. Now, if she was helping you with the baby, that's one thing. And that's another thing that I got a problem with, because why did she need a babysitter? You're her mom. I'm helping you with her. When I go to work and I need to take care of what's going on here, you're going to come and watch your baby. Because why would you not? Or you're going to have her. Why did she have her all the time and she was okay with that?
Because she basically sold and trafficked her daughter, in my opinion.
Yep. Yep. I agree.
Ooh,
I agree. I agree. Because at the end of the day, nothing else is making no sense, and she's trying to lie her way out of it, and her story is not consistent at all. And this is why she don't want to talk to the police, because you know what? They're going to charge her too. And I mean, I hate to say it, but she needs to be charged too for neglect, at the least. Because she neglected the entirety of this situation and put that baby in direct danger, and the child ended up passing. Now, another thing, the girl reported that the baby was SA'd the same day it happened. The mother should have been contacted immediately then. They,
Exactly.
they shouldn't
And
even
you know,
allow the child to leave with her.
I'm worried about these other kids. What's going to happen if she doesn't grift enough with her Cash App out there? Is she going to sell another one?
Mm. Mm, mm, mm.
4 or 5 more
Police,
kids in the house.
they have some fault in this too, because the baby was assaulted not with the parental parent, and they should have at least contacted the mother. They didn't contact her or anything, but the girl could have gave him a fake number. She gave her a fake number and played her, but at that point the child should have been taken into custody.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they allow that baby to leave with that lady?
Like I
Took the
said,
baby
nothing
and left
about
her.
this makes any sense at all.
No. And like she
Everybody
said, they
felt this
probably just
baby.
did that baby like that so that baby couldn't go to court and testify against that little boy. And that ain't right.
Everybody felt this baby.
Everybody.
Everybody. Aunts, uncles, everybody. Because
Everybody.
nobody stepped up to the plate.
Nobody.
The damn
Now the mom called
aunt,
herself stepping up 5 months later.
the aunt is on the damn. Her sister doing a fucking interview. Where the fuck was you at before?
You hear me?
Huh?
I
I'm
said,
pretty sure that.
but they all in this state, in that state, and hanging out. And she made it a point to say, "Oh, and my birthday, girl, don't nobody care when your birthday is. We not talking about you, little baby."
I mean, I think all of this publicity that her grand publicity tour and all her Facebook posts, going to end up coming back and biting those homegirl in the ass. And if she is like this shady on social media and in her interviews that she's done in her TikToks, I can only imagine that she probably didn't tell the dad jack shit about what was going on with the girl if she let him
Yep.
have any contact with him at all.
Yep. That was my first thought. I said, "Oh, she probably didn't even tell nothing to him because just to spite him."
He missing. He
However, their
missing in that. He
relationship
missing.
ended, just to spite him. She probably didn't even say nothing, and it ain't right. It just
Who
don't make no
knows?
sense.
You know,
And what it
he's
sounds like
missing.
me is like she was running around and traveling around. And I don't think what she mentioned, now that you think about it, and if you put it into perspective, what she mentioned about her daughter being like a tape recorder and mentioning to these people, hey, my mom was basically getting prostituted. That's not too far-fetched, honey. She probably did tell them that. And they probably still was like, oh, well, doing whatever. And that's how they go, because the little girl probably did tell them that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I gotta wonder, daddy's missing now. Maybe we should check and see if mama has something to do with daddy's disappearance.
I was just thinking that as I'm looking it up. That's what I was looking at now.
Wow. I wonder what his name is.
That's what I'm looking at.
Just a Facebook name, but that's not his actual name. This poor guy. This is so messy. And I'm so confused. Even with the mother, she's just all over the place. And then she got this girl trying to speak up for her. Honey, you seem like you was talking fine to me. Why is she all in the mix?
Mm-hmm.
So she could change. You know what? Like I said, out of all this that's been happening and all these people she's been talking to, etc., she ain't doing no interviews with no real reporters. Sorry to say it. But I'm talking about news stations. And she hasn't talked to the police. If you're finding all this stuff out, why have you not filed a police report?
Exactly. And why are you not crying for justice for your daughter instead of, I want my daughter's ashes? Well, I get that you want your daughter's ashes, but I think the priority should be getting justice for her murder.
Yep. Absolutely agree. Wow.
Yeah. I want to find out about him.
Now you see what I was saying, Arctic Fox, about the illiteracy.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it ain't no way, honey. She done let this girl go in here and do whatever it was that she was gonna do with these documents and these papers, and then try to say she snuck it. No, I mean you basically got yourself set up for that.
Saying that I'm a bad mother. I was reaching out to her to ask for help. Why wouldn't we ask for help? We such bad mothers. It's people on Facebook talking about something. Right, I'd rather be on the street living in a box with my baby. Like the fuck? Who would want to really, in real life, want to do that?
Look,
Anybody that really care and want their damn children.
For the decision, because if you felt like you couldn't do it.
It's people on Facebook talking about you went 4 months. Y'all see Messenger. Did you see my text messages? Did you see my call log?
And as soon as something got fishy, we couldn't get a hold of Zhariyah.
I went straight to the court.
Right to
Then
court.
why ain't you posted your call log and your text messages? All we've
And they
seen
was
is
doing
the
wellness
messenger.
checks on my baby. But
Exactly.
apparently, I don't know. They said they were doing wellness checks on my baby, but from my understanding, they probably wouldn't even see my baby, just trying to make sure she got a good living condition and got food in the house. Because how
It's okay, honey. I couldn't
It's
take too
all
much.
right. I don't think I can listen to that bitch any
I
longer
couldn't.
anyway.
Me either.
Okay.
I couldn't do it because I'm at the end of the day, what I'm ready for is an actual real professional to come into this situation and investigate this entire case in its
The whole
entirety,
case.
right down to the mama and her goddamn first moves. Because first you
Yeah.
said you signed a document, in August, and you was only 45 minutes away, and now you sitting up talking about you hadn't seen her since May. Girl, go to hell. And I ain't saying she a bad mom. Clearly, she was in a bad situation and made horrible choices based on her own selfishness. I don't know why she didn't want that baby, but I hope and I pray that somebody investigate this situation and find out every little thing they need to, and everybody pay for what happened to this
They
child.
did, yeah. Yeah,
We need
facts.
that lady hooked up to a lie detector. We need her to get prosecuted. And then in a very, very karma static world, her judge would be Judge Judy when everything's said and done.
Ooh,
Okay.
Judge Judy.
Shit, they need to
Good
send her to
old Judge Judy.
Wilco's. But you know what? Honestly, the police need to do something at this point. They need to
I
have a
agree.
conversation with her.
Yeah. I think they're gonna open up they're gonna look into her.
They have to.
They're gonna look into her.
They have to.
They have
She's the
to.
one that gave her baby to somebody else.
Right.
Talking about, I think she left him to be left her to be babysit with somebody. Why was she doing that? Girl, I could pick my baby up and drop my baby off. Now, it's one thing to need some help with living arrangements, but it's a whole nother thing to not be picking up your child and doing nothing for him. That's absolutely insane. And people judging me because I didn't want to keep my baby. Well, wherever you were okay, and you was laying your head down. You should have kept your baby right with you, because that's the safest place.
And, he didn't ask the $1 million question. Why just her? Why not the other kids?
Right.
I think he just badly wants to be on her side because you don't want to attack the mom in this situation. It's horrible. You can imagine what this lady is going through. But at the end of the day, it's like, was it the situation that she was so far gone and consumed with her selfishness of wanting to do her own thing and, for whatever reason, get rid of her daughter that way? Or did she really get played like this? Because it doesn't make sense.
That's
You got to
crazy.
take responsibility. I'm sorry, but you got to take responsibility. Seriously.
Exactly.
I mean,
my heart goes out to her that she lost her daughter and everything, but she should have had some common sense as to who she was giving her daughter to, and her entire story just ain't mathing. So,
well, Arctic, if you listen to what she literally said, I hate to say it, but you already suspected something. So that's letting us understand that you knew that this lady wasn't a good person to have your child with, yet you still found it to leave the child with her. No, ma'am.
Especially if you knew that she had a case.
Yeah, this is no bueno. Like, no.
She had a case already.
oh, she has had several cases already. I went and looked at her court records. She also had a disorderly conduct. She had several bank loan things on her court record. She's had all kinds of stuff on her court record.
Ooh.
Fraud and everything. So you knew, but she had her own situation going on. But that's why I say, you weren't really willing to sacrifice bringing your child along for that ride, nor are you willing to sacrifice spending a few days or whatever, or a bonding out in jail enough to go and get the proper help. The courts will probably refer it and try to get a detective, but it's going to go backwards. You could go right straight to the police and provide them with all these documents, and they will open up a case immediately. And then they'll contact the courts and the guardian ad litem, but why are you attempting to do it back? I went straight to the courts. The courts don't investigate.
Well, I think there never was a guardian ad litem because I don't think CPS was ever involved in this.
And well, there was a guardian ad litem, if we understand now that when the child was SA'd, they became involved. Right? Because they had to become involved at that point, because they were wondering how the baby was doing. But like I said, there's so many things that she is not articulating that I really can't understand her point of view. I just am like, you're a liar, is what I'm getting from it. Because what you're saying is not making sense. You're constantly changing and adding to. I mean, what is the story? And that's why I want her to talk to detectives, because they'll get to it. Even if you got to sit in their office for 5 hours, baby, they're going to get any and everything they need to, and they may call you back.
Hey, Barbara.
Hey, Barbara.
No, Barbara, I did the story you asked. Barbara asked me to do a story for her. That was the other story we did.
Yeah, this is wild. I'm definitely going to be calling and following up. And, I might see where this, would be on the lines of, and try to reach out to a detective office there myself. Because somebody needs to pick this situation up. Because you know what? When she finally does a report with the newscasters, they're going to do the same thing. Like, the police need to be involved. That's the bottom
100%.
line.
100%.
That's for sure. Yeah.
And I don't see, if law enforcement's seen any of these Facebook posts and seen the inconsistencies in the stories she's telling, I don't see how they were not involved already.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I wish so badly that the other lady's page was not private, because I know she posted some stuff and then she took it down this morning, because that's absolutely insane. But we know why she didn't post that she was sad about the baby's passing in November, because she had no intentions on telling the mom. We know that. You could have easily called her and said, "Hey, this is what happened. She didn't make it. Here are the details. Get here." You didn't even have enough respect for your friend to let her know about her. Like, that lady deserves so much time.
Of course, somebody in her family. If you ain't got her, so somebody, shit.
And that just makes you wonder. People in her family and their friends group more than likely knew about this situation and kept it a secret too. I don't know what type of people be around, but this is why I don't do it. Nope, I'm good. Well, I'm gonna get up off of here. I gotta go. Got an early morning. But as always, it was good hanging out with you too.
Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for telling me about this. I'm going to be still digging into this. I'm just so beat. That physical therapy got me like drained, like really beat today. What she said? Thank you so much for covering the story for me. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to come and watch. It's okay. I had to cover my grandma's house and help her clean. Watch after her small stroke. She can't do. I know. Aw. Yeah. We watched the replay, Mama. It's okay. Hard work or cleaning because she has to take it easy. Yeah. You can't have her do a lot. Okay. All right. I'm so tired. Oh, my God. I'm like... Thank you so much, Arden Fox, for joining me. I appreciate it. I love when you come up here anyway.
Yeah, tomorrow's case that you're covering, that's a wild one too.
Oh, Kanika Jenkins.
Yeah, the whole freezer situation, and they saw. I mean, there's video of that whole situation. And tell me, how in the world in a hotel kitchen does someone not see this girl going into the freezer?
That girl did not open the door herself. You know those doors are heavy. You know, because her mother says she works at a school, so she know in the cafeteria, so she know how heavy those doors are. Somebody put that baby in there.
Mm-hmm. All
And
right.
I
Well,
know
I'm
there's
gonna
so much
hop down.
video. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
the I didn't get to do the case that we talked about today, the one from your city, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Okay?
Alrighty.
I didn't forget.
I will
Okay.
see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow, Anna Fox. Thank you. All right,
Bye.
everybody. Have a blessed night. Thank you for joining Brooklyn Squad Real Life Crimes. Please keep this family in prayer. This little girl, she didn't deserve this. No child deserved this at all. Um, I don't know what the situation is with the other part of the family. None of us know, but continue to keep them in prayer. And with that, everyone, have a blessed night.